Chosen one, my child, I need to speak with you about something I witnessed. Not something that was merely reported to me, but something I watched with the full attention of the one who sees everything. I observed you through the season you have been in, watching every single day of it. Every morning you chose to get up when the weight of what you carried should have kept you down. Every moment you made the choice to keep going when the logic of your circumstances did not support it. Every hour of the night you spent holding what you believed against the pressure of the visible world, arguing for a different outcome. I watched all of it, and what I saw was not simply someone enduring. What I saw was rare. Something that does not happen as often as people assume when they speak generally about faith and perseverance. I saw someone who stayed when staying cost something real. I want you to understand what that cost looks like from where I stand. From inside the experience, it feels like losing. But from where I stand, it looks like something entirely different. It looks like a person choosing, in the complete absence of visible evidence, to trust that my word is more reliable than what they can see. And that choice, repeated on the days when it was hardest, has been building something in the spiritual realm that is about to become visible in your life. You have been walking through this season without knowing what your faithfulness was producing in the unseen, without knowing that every morning you chose to stand again was being observed, without knowing that every moment of worship you offered from depletion rather than abundance was being received differently than worship offered from comfort. There is a quality in the praise of someone who has nothing left yet still chooses to worship that cannot be replicated by someone who is comfortable. It carries a genuine weight of trust that is rarer than most people understand. I received yours, every single moment of it. The times you spent in prayer when you had no words left except a simple holding of my name. The times you could not articulate your requests because the season had stripped away your certainty, and all you could do was bring yourself before me and remain. Those were not your weakest moments of faith. They were your most honest ones. Honest faith offered from a place of genuine not knowing is the kind that shifts things in the spiritual realm. I want you to know that. I want you to know what the record in the spiritual realm actually says about who you have been in this season. Not the record you have been writing about yourself on the inside, shaped by exhaustion and the quiet accumulation of hoping without yet seeing, but the record I kept, the one that is accurate about what you actually did when the cost was real, and no one in the visible world was watching closely enough to bear witness to your daily choices in the quiet. My child, I also want to acknowledge something that season asked of you that is rarely spoken of directly. There is a specific form of faithfulness that belongs to the person holding something real on the inside while managing the appearance of everything being fine on the outside. Someone carrying the weight of a private season while maintaining the presence of someone still moving forward in public. Someone who has learned to hold grief and faith in the exact same hand because the season did not allow for the luxury of setting one down. That specific kind of faithfulness, bearing more than what is visible while still choosing to keep going, is what I watched you develop. I want to name it clearly because the one living it rarely hears it named. What you have been doing is not simply perseverance. It is the particular grace of someone who learned to carry everything they were given without dropping any of it, keeping moving even when the weight made every step slower than the last. That is not ordinary faith. It is the faith I look for in the person I am preparing to carry something significant, because what I am about to release into your life requires precisely that. It requires someone who has already proven they can carry something real without letting go when the visible conditions argue for surrender. My child, I want to speak about the nature of what you just passed through. Because what felt like an ordinary, difficult season to you, just a long stretch of things not working, of doors remaining closed, of faith being held with nothing visible to support it, was entirely different from my perspective. It was an examination, not because I doubted what was inside you, for I never doubt what I design, but because what I am about to release into your life requires a specific quality of character to hold it. Character cannot be confirmed by what a person says they would do in a hypothetical situation. It can only be confirmed by what they actually do when the circumstances are real, the cost is genuine, and the easy option is right in front of them. You have been in the proving ground of that confirmation. Every closed door was a question. Every delay was a measure. Every moment you chose to declare my truth instead of surrendering to your circumstances was observed not casually, but with the full weight of my attention. As it is written in James 1:12, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life." That crown is not mere decoration. It is the specific reward belonging to someone tested at your level, who did not fail the examination. I want to tell you what that examination was actually measuring. The visible challenge was only the surface. Underneath the closed doors, the delays, and the feeling that your faith was producing nothing lay the real question. When there is nothing visible to justify continuing to hold what I said, will you keep holding it? Will the foundation I placed in you be stable enough to bear the weight of seasons that offer no visible evidence? That was the examination, and it is the one most people fail. Not because they lack a desire to be faithful, nor because they began with bad intentions, but because at a certain point the gap between promise and visibility becomes too wide for their brand of faith to bridge. So they make adjustments, they revise down, they reinterpret my words to mean something smaller and find a more comfortable frame that lets them let go. You did not do that. You held on. You held on when holding made no visible sense. You held it past the point where most people would have walked away. You held it in that territory where faith ceases to be mere optimism. Optimism requires reasons, but what you did in the hardest stretch of this season had outlasted all its reasons. That is the exact territory where I look to see who is truly standing versus who is only pretending. You were truly standing. And what I saw in that posture is the answer to the examination. Yes, the foundation is stable, and this one can be trusted with what I am about to release. As it is written in Hebrews 11 verse 6, "Without faith it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him." You earnestly sought me. The reward is moving. My child, I want to speak about what happened in the spiritual realm in response to what I witnessed, because it was not a quiet administrative update. The spiritual realm did not simply log your record and move on. What I saw in you demanded an urgent response. Urgency in the heavenly realm does not look like panic or surprise, for I am never surprised. It looks like the movement of what was already prepared, released with the precise timing your confirmation made possible. The prayers that seemed to stop at the ceiling were never stopped. They were received the moment they were spoken and held in the architecture of what I was building. Every word you prayed into a season that felt unanswered was received. Every declaration you made when nothing visible confirmed it was heard. They were not delayed because they were unworthy, but because the structure meant to receive them was still under construction. When your confirmation was complete, and what I saw in the examination was sufficient to release what I held in readiness, the movement began. Assignments were given with your name on them. What had been prepared in advance was set into its final position. I share this not to spark a fleeting religious excitement, but so you know that the season of apparent stillness was intensely active on the inside. As it is written in Psalm 103:20, "Praise the Lord, you his angels, you mighty ones who do his bidding, who obey his word. Those who do my bidding receive their assignments with your name attached." That movement cannot be reversed. What was released has been released. Nothing that opposes my purposes has the authority to shelve what I have set in motion on your behalf. My child, I need to speak now about a pattern in the opposition you faced during this season. It was not random friction, nor was it the ordinary difficulty everyone encounters. It was coordinated. Once you see the pattern, you will recognize it for what it was. Its first movement was isolation, the gradual removal of supporting relationships and environments. People began to drift away, some with reasons, others simply becoming unavailable until their departure was complete. Spaces that once felt like home began to feel foreign, and the connections that helped you carry the weight of your calling began to thin. This thinning was designed to leave you in a silence where the second movement could operate effectively. That second movement was accusation. Into the silence of isolation arrived a voice asking targeted questions about your identity. It questioned whether what you believed about yourself and your calling was accurate, or if you had been deceived. The voice did not need to be loud in that silence. A quiet voice has enormous reach. It did not use extreme words of utter worthlessness, but rather subtle questions. Why would this be for you specifically? How do you know you heard correctly? Look at the evidence, the time passed, the people missing. Does reality support what you have been holding? These were not honest inquiries, but constructions designed to produce doubt about your identity before I could reveal what the season was producing. The third movement naturally followed. Isolation creates silence. Accusation fills that silence with identity questions. And if accepted, they bring the heavy weight of someone struggling to carry a calling while being told it isn't real. That heaviness was not weakness. It was the interior pressure of fighting a battle while maintaining a calm exterior. That three-phase pattern was deployed against you because of what you carry, not in spite of it. It targets those whose potential threatens the opposition. The isolation, the accusation, and the heaviness were not proof of my withdrawal, but proof that your calling is significant enough to require a coordinated strategy. You were attacked because of what winning looks like in your life, designed to make you conclude before the breakthrough that it wasn't coming, urging you to settle for less. It failed. You are still standing, and that pattern has only confirmed your calling. As it is written in Exodus 33:16, "What else will distinguish me and your people from all the other people on the face of the earth? You are distinct for a reason." The separation was not rejection, but selection. My child, I want to address the assessments made by people watching your season from the outside. They looked at your closed doors, your delays, and your prolonged stillness, drawing wrong conclusions about your future. Some spoke out loud, while others kept quiet, altering how much attention or care they gave you. They looked at the surface and wrote an incomplete interpretation, equating a long season with failure and confusing my timing with a lack of capacity. I speak a word of clarity over those assessments. Every conclusion drawn about your future based on waiting time was done without seeing what I was measuring on the inside. Every opinion formed about your potential lacked sight of the invisible growth taking place. And those who let those assessments dictate their treatment of you made an error that your upcoming breakthrough will correct right in front of them. Not out of a desire to embarrass them, but because the nature of what I am releasing cannot be hidden. What comes next will be visible, and its visibility will speak volumes about the inaccuracy of their judgments. They watched the wait and called it failure. They will watch what follows and realize it was preparation. You need not argue your case, for your breakthrough will make the argument for you. As it is written in Isaiah 54:17, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their vindication is from me." My child, I want to speak to the most persistent question of this season. Why is there a gap between hearing your prayers and answering them? Between your faith declarations and their physical manifestation? As it is written in Daniel 10, when Daniel prayed, his answer was released the moment of his first petition. Yet, that answer had to travel through a dimension of resistance between its release point and where Daniel stood, taking 3 weeks of time. During those 3 weeks, he had no visible evidence of the answer in transit. Yet he held his fast and continued in prayer, unaware that his answer was already moving toward him. What arrived on the 21st day was not just starting then, it had been released on day 1. The 3 weeks merely represented the distance between release and arrival. You are Daniel in this moment. The answer to your prayers was released the moment you first brought it before me in faith. You have simply been traveling through the distance between release and arrival. Those 3 weeks do not mean no. They mean what is coming has been in motion long enough that the journey is nearly complete. What is in transit toward you is not late, lost, or held up by anything possessing the authority to stop what I have released. It has been moving since the moment you believed. The delay is not a denial, but your yes fighting through the distance. Keep standing. The travel is almost finished, and nothing can stop what has been released from arriving. The still position during travel is not passive. It is the active stance of someone who knows arrival depends not on their own frantic effort, but on remaining where they are meant to receive it. Moving away does not speed things up. It only means you missed the landing spot. Stay where you are, in the faith that sent up the first prayer, in the declaration made before any visible confirmation. That is the only action required, because my movement is already authorized, closing the distance, and arriving right where you are. My child, I want to tell you about what has been unlocked in you through this examination. It did not merely confirm your character, it unlocked a new dimension of authority. This authority belongs to someone confirmed by severe testing, not the superficial power given without cost, but the authority of proven character. When your foundation proved real under pressure, what you carry took on a different quality. As it is written in Luke 10:19, "I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions, and to overcome all the power of the enemy, and nothing will harm you." This is not new language, but existing authority made active in a dimension it wasn't operating in before your testing. You are now ready to carry it without mishandling it. Your words carry the weight of someone tested and proven true, creating real movement in the spiritual realm. When you speak now, your declarations carry credibility, and the spiritual realm responds differently. You are not the same person who entered this season. You emerged confirmed. That confirmation is what allows you to hold what comes next without dropping it. This authority means you can move through the world knowing you survived a 3-phase attack with your foundation intact and your calling secure. Surviving isolation, accusation, and heaviness without surrendering produces a settled conviction. You have been to the edge of what faith can carry and discovered that the edge was further out than you thought. That I was present even when visible evidence argued for my absence. That discovery changes how you stand and how you speak. Your convictions are no longer theoretical, they are forged in the fire. Regarding the opposition, the coordinated strategy deployed against you, you need not construct a counter-strategy or a defense. 2 Chronicles 20 records what happened when my people faced an overwhelming enemy. I told them not to be afraid, for the battle was mine, not theirs. They took their positions, watched, and the enemy turned on itself, self-destructing in the absence of resistance. Rest while I handle what assembled against you. Watch as heaven dismantles the opposition. Be still while their coordination collapses under its own weight. Your job is not to fight, but to maintain your position of trust and stillness. As it is written in Psalm 91:7, 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. This is structural protection. What falls around you will not fall on you. My child, remember who you are in my design, far beyond the accusations of the season. As it is written in Ephesians 1:4, He chose us in Him before the foundation of the world, before time arranged itself, before your testing season, before the three-phase attack. I chose you for this specific assignment. You did not become chosen by surviving the season. You survived it because you were already chosen. The preparation inside you was sufficient. As it is written in Isaiah 40:31, those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. This mounting up is structural, the natural upward trajectory of something pressed down by weight finally released. The season that pressed you down has ended, and its purpose is fulfilled. What comes next is the exact destination for which you were built. You will recognize this arrival not by grand spectacles at first, but by the quieting of ambient resistance and opposition. Then, you will see preparation manifesting without your manipulation. Open conversations, spontaneous doors, and recognition from unexpected places. These are the visible markers of your assigned breakthrough. What you built through human effort carries the flaws of effort, but what I release carries the fingerprints of divine preparation. As it is written in Proverbs 4:18, the path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. The full light is at the end of the path, and its brightness increases with every step. You have walked the path, and it leads straight into the full light. Chosen one, you did not stumble through difficulty by sheer willpower. You were chosen before time, tested in the fire, and released into your divine destination. The delays were development, the isolation was selection, and the accusations held no true case against you. The opposition has self-destructed, and the distance between my release and your reception is closing. As it is written in Habakkuk 2:3, the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not delay. The appointed time has arrived because your preparation is complete. You will receive this not as someone barely surviving, but as someone confirmed by the weight to carry it. As it is written in Romans 8:31, if God is for us, who can be against us? No one, not permanently, and not in any way that changes my eternal declaration over your life. Amen.